Most people will never become rich, and it's not because they don't work hard. In fact, many people grind every single day, clocking long hours, chasing side hustles, and still, their bank account won't budge. Why? Because you're probably making a hidden money mistake right now. A mistake so sneaky it quietly eats away at your ability to turn income into actual wealth. This is where most people get it wrong. They focus only on earning more, but never stop to think about what's actually happening with the money once it lands in their hands. Let me give you a simple example. Picture two people, both making $50,000 a year. One saves a little and invests wisely. The other spends on things that don't build value. Guess who's going to be richer in 5 years? If this sounds familiar, if you're hustling hard but still feeling stuck financially, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what's really keeping you broke, even if you're doing everything right on the surface. By the end of this video, you'll know the hidden blockers stopping your money from growing, and what you can do to finally break free. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're earning enough money to get ahead, but somehow it just never sticks around? Like you get paid, but at the end of the month your bank account doesn't show it. Maybe you've got a decent job, or even your own business, and you're working hard every day. But when you check your savings or investments, they're barely growing. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. This is where most people get it wrong. They think growing wealth is simply about making more money. But here's the truth. It's not just about the size of your paycheck or your business income. Wealth is built on what happens after the money hits your account. Think about it like this. Imagine two people both make $4,000 a month. One person spends most of it without much thought, grabbing coffee, buying things on impulse, skipping the budget. The other person keeps an eye on where each dollar goes. Even if the first person makes a little more next year, the second person will almost always be ahead because they control the flow of money. It's those little behind-the-scenes decisions, the ones nobody talks about, that make all the difference. Small leaks in your spending here, missed opportunities to save or invest there. Over time, they quietly add up and can stop your money from growing at all. So, if you feel stuck, don't worry. It's not because you don't earn enough. It's because of what you do with that money after you get it. Here's one mistake I see all the time. People confuse income for wealth. Let me explain what that really means. Imagine you make $5,000 a month. Sounds good, right? But then, you end up spending $5,200. Every month. What's happening here? You're actually losing money, not getting richer. This is where most people get it wrong. They think that just because the paycheck is big, the money is safe. But it's not just about overspending. It's about spending on the wrong things. For example, maybe you have a bunch of subscriptions you forgot about. Streaming services, apps, memberships that quietly drain your account every month. Ever stopped to add them up? They can easily total hundreds of dollars without you realizing. Or think about those tiny daily purchases, like grabbing coffee every morning, eating out, or grabbing snacks. Individually, they don't seem like much, but add them up over a month, and suddenly you're spending more than you thought. It's like a slow leak in a bucket. If you don't plug it, you'll lose water no matter how much you fill in. Now, here's an even bigger problem. Maybe you're not spending too much, but you're putting all your savings into a basic low-interest account. It feels safe, right? But while your money sits there, inflation is quietly eating its value. Think about it like this. Inflation is a hidden tax on your money, slowly making every dollar worth less over time. I remember a friend who had a solid salary and did a great job saving monthly. But he kept all his cash in a regular savings account, earning almost no interest. 5 years later, his balance looked bigger, but in reality, it hadn't grown enough to keep up with inflation, so he actually lost purchasing power. His money bought less than before. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. This is exactly why understanding where your money goes and how it's working for you is absolutely critical for building wealth. It's not just how much you make, but what you do with it afterward that really counts. So, what can you do to fix this? Step 1. Start by tracking every single dollar you spend. I know it sounds simple, maybe even obvious. But here's the truth. Most people don't have a clear idea where their money actually goes each month. You might think you know, but those little purchases add up fast. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you spend $3 a day on coffee. That's about $90 a month. Now, you probably wouldn't say you're wasting a huge amount, but over a year that's more than $1,000 just on coffee. What if you didn't track that, or worse, had 5 or 6 other small expenses sneaking out of your wallet each month? Suddenly, your money is disappearing without you realizing it. So, track your spending. Write it down or use an app. Get clear on what's flowing in and out. Once you know where the leaks are, step 2 is to build a budget. And I'm not talking about some complicated, strict plan. Just a simple guide to cut out unnecessary spending. Those tiny leaks, the forgotten subscriptions, impulse buys, that extra takeout, they can sink your boat if you're not careful. Now, here's the power move: investing. And don't worry, I'm not asking you to become a stock market genius or dive into risky bets. Start simple. Think about low-cost index funds or retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA. Why? Because those options let your money grow faster than inflation quietly eats away at your savings. Think about this. When you invest wisely, your money starts working for you, not the other way around. It's like planting a tree that keeps growing bigger every year, instead of just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. True wealth builds over time, not overnight. So, start with these steps. Track your spending, budget smart, and invest consistently. Might sound basic, but it's the foundation that most people never get right. If you're still wondering why all your hard work isn't turning into real wealth, here's the honest truth. It's probably because you've been missing one or more of these hidden steps we talked about today. It's easy to focus just on making money, but without fixing those sneaky leaks and making smart decisions, your income won't build real wealth. It just stays as income. Think about this for a second. Are you spending your money today in a way that actually sets you up for tomorrow? Or are you stuck in habits that feel comfortable now, but keep you trapped financially in the long run? This is where most people get it wrong. They ignore the small things that quietly sabotage their future. I want you to picture wealth building like climbing a mountain. You don't get to the top by taking one giant leap. It's small, consistent steps that add up over time. Cutting out those little wasted expenses, tracking your money carefully, and starting to invest. These small changes are your path up that mountain. So, if you're ready to change the game, here's what you do. Start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect income. The biggest results come from these small, steady habits built day after day. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. Stay curious, keep learning, and if you want to keep growing, I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into how to make your money work harder for you.